from last week till now, the president of Burkina Faso has been in the news feed.
Okay.
President Ibrahim Traore, bro. If you don't know him, he was at the His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's inauguration. The only person who was allowed to carry side gun and personal bodyguard all the way from Burkina Faso to Ghana. Mm-hmm. He is one of the powerful presidents in Africa. He has been in the news for quite some time now, and over the week he did in the news alongside the United States of America, not the United States of Angola or United States of Abu Abu, United States of America. They say the president is using some gold to protect himself, and they say citizens are not happy with the president, but they can't say it. People are now speaking for the president. People even host protests outside the country in solidarity with the president. But I have the details to the story. It's a whole 5 hours content, but we'll just break it down for you guys to understand why the president of Burkina Faso, His Excellency Ibrahim Traore, is in the news. Now, he has been the president of Burkina Faso from October 2022, right? So it's just 2 years, some 6 months. And in 2 years, 6 months, he has done a brilliant job. Per what we have seen on the media, and things that we are seeing as an African, he has done a brilliant job so far. Their stadium now, they can host international games. They were banned. The stadium was banned in 2021. Bro, they have fixed the stadium, made everything very, very good, and now they can host international games. Mm-hmm. 2, he has reintroduced the Air Burkina. Air Burkina. Bro, they used to have a flight. He died. He reintroduced them into the system. Air Burkina. Bring them back. Mm-hmm. He has set up the country's oil refinery, the first oil refinery in the country, 2024. In 2024 last year, he set up the country's first gold refinery. And if you know Burkina Faso very well, the whole world, as a data proven in 2023, the country where gold, a good year, Burkina Faso is number 13 on the list. Hey. So when it comes to gold, number 13 the whole world, Burkina Faso be number 13. Then the hold. I think Ghana is number 6, 7. But Ghana number 6. Ghana number 6 or 7. Burkina Faso is number 13. But a country that's number 13 for a very long time, as at 2023, and the country is not developed. You ask yourself, so where the gold did they go? So information is that the gold, when they get the gold, you see, when you get gold, you have not, people don't do galamsey before. I have not done galamsey before, but this reading, this be something I know. When you get the gold, you need to refine the gold. Okay. You for clear the other particles, the alumi. That's why even in Ghana, you see people washing the gold. So we have like gold refinery, same like how we have oil refinery in this country. We have gold refinery. So in Burkina Faso, if you get the gold, they need to refine the gold. In most cases, the companies that refine the gold in Burkina Faso are not companies that is owned by Burkina Faso people. Okay. It be foreigners we can set up for them. So when they refine the gold, normally they call. When they refine the gold away, exactly. When the gold comes, then the gold just the go. So how then it's a sad, yeah. Let's cancel everything. Let's do everything here. Let the money come here and let's run everything here. So the president of Burkina Faso, he increased the taxes or some things on the refinery companies that they have in Burkina Faso. And then so now they set up the refineries in the country belongs to them. Okay. So if you go to Burkina Faso, previously they used to have Endeavour Mining, they have Fortuna Mining and Samara Mining. Samara belongs to Australia, Fortuna Mining belongs to Canada, and then Endeavour Mining belongs to UAE. Obiako. All these refineries have left, the mining they have left. They are managing it themselves. So now when they get the gold, they have set up a new refinery in the country. So they now go work on them and then they get the money for themselves. Okay. So we get our own natural resources and then it helps us refine it here and then define it and use it in our country. So this is what is happening in Burkina Faso. And you could see online several times the actual citizens of Burkina Faso are not happy with the president. It is just outsiders that are portraying that, like what I'm doing now, that, oh, he's doing a brilliant job. But people have cited that you wouldn't see someone in Burkina Faso saying that, oh, they love what the president is. It's always the outsiders that are talking about it. But well, I'm only speaking based on what I have seen, right? So in US, Africom, bro. This company that is used to organization that they used to manage, they used to check their operations, US operations in Africa. Africom, that'd be how the name. So like African companies. So they used to check their operations in Africa. And the commander of Africom is General Langley. They met at a Senate meeting, committee hearing, right? Senate committee hearing. And then they were asking questions because he be the commander for the Africom. So the African side, he be commander. So when they were at the Senate meeting, then conversations day. Okay, what is happening? Let's have some conversation. Conversation.
And our conversation
said like citing a lot of things. Questions were being asked. Okay, they even mentioned the Guinea. There was a coup that had happened in Guinea in 2021. There, I think Don Boya, yes, a coup that happened there. They asked him questions, and Don Boya was trained at the U.S. military. So questions they go, and then the General Langley was like, Burkina Faso. Listen.
Absolutely, Chairman. I see this, and I don't mind calling them out, but Captain Tory and Burkina Faso, as they know that both, whether it's their gold reserves, that is all those proceeds are just in exchange to protect the junta regime. There's a number of examples across, even in Sudan.
Burkina. Aquano is using the gold to protect himself. The gold that is there for Burkina Faso, the president is using the gold to protect himself. Instead of everyone, he is using the gold to protect himself. And you know what? Burkina Faso, they have one of the most powerful men from Africa, Thomas Sankara. He's the one that I have this favorite quote. He said, either we choose champagne for a few or save drinking water for all.
Okay.
Champagne for a few. When we get champagne, it will only favor a few. But when we pick safe drinking water that has no taste, it is going to help everyone. People in Burkina Faso have cited that Ibrahim Traore is a reincarnation of Thomas Sankara. So, as he said that the Burkina Faso, this be what, he didn't even say it in a context that they are coming to invade Burkina Faso. Questions were being asked. Say, oh, as they see what will happen for Africa, how things they go. Do you think there's any corruption? Do you think this is happening? What is ongoing there? So like questions, so you're like, oh, for Burkina Faso, this is what the president they do. So he's just reporting, right? But people have tweeted that it make it look like US is right. They want to invade Burkina Faso. But in the video that I watched, there was nothing that was being discussed like that. Right after that video hit the internet, bram! People in Burkina Faso, hit the streets. Some say they say they are in support of their president. I even saw a video that said if you go to Burkina Faso, the citizens, some of them sleep at the runabout to protect their president. They sleep at the runabout in town to protect their president because of the love they have for their president. So it day like that. People. So even there were some people in the diaspora, some Jamaicans who recorded videos that they are in support with the Burkina Faso president. People from the outside, I said, what he is doing, they like it. Videos people hit the streets in the US to support what's happening in Burkina Faso. Jamaicans, they support. To the point where Ghanaian musicians, Sarkodie, Obedi Hover, Manego, the most influential musician from Africa, Sarkodie, my West. He said, God protect Ibrahim Traore. Sarkodie tweeted, God protect Ibrahim Traore. And the tweet, when Sarkodie put, that was even what drew Ghanaians' attention to like what is happening the US and then because when USA say they won't enter that side, like people started panic because if you know Burkina Faso is no longer part of the ECOWAS, right? They have withdrawn, and then think Burkina Faso, Niger, and then Mali, these three, they have launched their own, like how ECOWAS, we have our own passport. The Nigeria, the countries that's on the ECOWAS, we have our passport. Burkina Faso, Niger, and I think Mali, these three countries, they also have their own passport. I think Budimaya even launched, showed it today in a video, right? So they are on their own. They say even very soon they want to bring in their new currency. They will launch their own currency that is going to be used among these 3 particular countries. So this day like that. So Sarkodie posted, God protects Ibrahim Traore. Fast forward and check. Then Ibrahim Traore in Ivory Coast, in Burkina Faso, hosted a press conference, and then he said something. Listen to what he said.
Either we accept to fight or we remain slaves forever. I told you once. Recently, there is a so-called NGO. It's not even an NGO. Because NGO stands for non-governmental organization. They are not non.
If your iPhone overheats like that, you may have full
governmental because they are funded by a federal budget, by a state. This so-called NGO produces reports claiming that the FDS and the VDP commit abuses. It went in here, it came out there. It's to tarnish your morale. It's to scare you, to prevent you from being able to fight. No. Moreover, we are going to file a complaint against this NGO because people need to understand something. What is happening to us here? It's true that they have manipulated part of our populations in the Sahel here, but they didn't have that kind of weaponry. What brought such significant weaponry into their ranks? It's Libya. Who destroyed Libya? It's this NGO, the same NGO that made false reports and gave them to those who wanted to create a rebellion so that people would intervene and overthrow Gaddafi. And the powder keg ended up being poured into the Sahel. These millions of lives that have been taken in the Sahel.
We either agree to fight for our country or we remain slaves forever. The summary of it is either we agree to fight for our country or we remain slaves forever. He just, probably this is what I'm thinking of the president, right? He just doesn't want the foreigners to have a hand in the running of Burkina Faso.
Okay.
So he said, he's trying to make this statement. Is it Kwame Nkrumah that said the black man is capable